Here we have Libby, who's kindly going to demonstrate how to sew on a button with a shank.
Yes, so when you've done a lovely tailored buttonhole like that, you don't want the button to be on too tight so it's pulling down and causing a lot of dimpling and not sitting very well. So because we've got a flat button, what you'll often see with tailoring is they will create a shank, which is just like a little post really, on the back of the button using the thread. You could, if you wanted to, buy a plastic button that had a shank on the back of it already and just sew that on, but this is what we're going to do. So I'm just marking where I'm going to sew the button on. So it's just going to... You need to sew the button on so that when the garment's on, it pulls into the end.
Yep.
So that's where I need to sew it on. And then I've threaded up my needle with 2 threads so that I've actually got four threads hanging through there. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. Can we put it? Can we just put it here?
On the light. That's a good idea. So 2 threads through there. So I've actually got 4 threads, and that'll just make it a bit quicker. And then I'm going to come up under the work somewhere. I usually just go in through a seam allowance, and I want to come up. Actually, it might be easier to just come in here and bring your needle up where you're sewing that on. Let the tail disappear into the back. And I'm just going to do a couple of back tacks. So that's just 1, 2, just to secure it. Knots tend to pull through woven fabrics, so you don't really want to use
and they're lumpy too.
Yeah, and they're lumpy. So come through to the right side and then decide on how you want to sew that on. I'm going to do a little cross, but you may want to just sew yours straight. And then just keep an eye on the back. You don't want to have a big mess on the back. So once you've got that first thread through, put something in there. You can use a toothpick, or if you've got a big fat needle or a bodkin or something, you can use that. And you just put that in there, and all it does is it just gives you the space that you need to create the shank. So you can pull the thread tight and know that it's all going to be even. So just keep checking that you're coming back onto the same spot on the other side. So each time we go through here, we've got 4 threads, so I really only need to do this twice, and that means I've got 8 threads in there, which is enough.
Fantastic.
Okay, so once you've done that, you want to come up underneath here. So bring the thread up underneath the button, take the bodkin or the toothpick or whatever you've used out, and then wrap the thread around to create the shank. So I'm going around twice. Actually, I might go around 3 times on that. And then come back out on the wrong side. And there you've got your button sitting really nicely. It's sitting up a little bit because of the shank that we've created in there. So it will pass nicely into that buttonhole. And it just helps it to sit up and not be too tight.
Excellent.
And then you just do 2 back tacks to finish off. And this, of course, if it was in the right colour thread, it wouldn't look so noticeable. So just 1, 2, I might do 3. 2 or 3 back tacks, 2 should be enough. And then snip off and you're finished.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, and we've completed our shorts.